Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
That's what I'm talking about. Tuesday, and all of our guests, including Ross Tucker, standing by, brought to you by our title sponsor, Able Auctions, ableauctions.ca. Ross Tucker joins us now from the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, Westwood One, CBS Sports. Ross, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
I am fantastic. Good morning, boys. How are you guys doing?
Lovely. Very, very well. You're a Pennsylvania guy. You have to explain this to me. I'm watching Eagles-Rams, and the Eagles are trailing at the half, and they get booed by their fans. They're 2-0. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. Just how tough is a Philadelphia crowd, Ross?
You know what? It's the best and worst fans you could ever have. and I mean that, right? Like, I think if things are going well and if they love you, there is not a better city. Ask Jason Kelce, ask Brian Dawkins, ask the guys that the city has really embraced, and they will tell you that there isn't a better place to be a star athlete. If it's the other way and you struggle, or especially if they don't believe that you show the effort that they would give and that they want, then it's tough. Then it goes the other way. So I guess you have to decide. You can go to some other cities where they're easier on you when you're doing bad, but it's not quite the same when you're doing good, right? So I think Phillies love hard. Philly fans love hard, and hate's not the right word, but they have high expectations. Yeah. They're more passionate, both positively and negatively, than most other fan bases. And I mean, I'm from here, and I do a lot of media stuff here, so I love it. To me, I don't understand living life without passion like that, but a lot of people do.
They care, and a lot of sports teams will take that any day. Hey, Jordan Davis, let's stick with that game. How much do you enjoy, first of all, a game-winning touchdown, returns the fumble, all of that, but how much do you enjoy somebody that big, over 330 pounds, hitting close to 19 miles an hour, fastest speed ever recorded for a player who weighs that much?
I like it a lot more when it's a guy I'm not having to go against, that's for sure. I'm extremely jealous. I got to tell you guys, I'm super glad they didn't have the GPS thing when I was playing. I don't know if I would have hit 10 miles an hour, with seeing what these other guys are getting. If the skill guys are in the 20s, I wasn't even half as fast as those guys. I don't know how Jordan Davis moves that fast at that size while he's carrying a ball, by the way, which makes it even harder. I mean, and he was going to score easily. You would think he would be faster when he's trying to chase down a quarterback or something, but it's extremely impressive. I'm really proud of him. Here in year 4, you're talking about a guy that, was overweight and probably underachieved his first 3 years, that all of a sudden it's like he's found the light at the end of the tunnel and he's a much better player. It's huge for them.
Ross, Seattle, the 6th-ranked offense, 5th defensively, number 1 special team, so much to like. What's impressing you the most about the Seahawks?
Well, I was kind of skeptical of them, to be honest with you, Rick, coming into the year. I did not know if they could replicate what Darnold did in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell in Seattle. I didn't know if they had the receivers for that. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling the Seahawks coming into the year. Those last 2 wins, holy cow. I mean, they're doing it, like you said, in all 3 phases. To go into Pittsburgh, who's a 2-1 team, they're probably not great, but to go into Pittsburgh and thoroughly dominate them the way they did and then come right back, and obviously what they were able to do at home against New Orleans. New Orleans had 2 really competitive games against the Cardinals and Niners, who hadn't lost yet to start the year. And then they go up to Seattle and, 38-6 at halftime? I mean, that was like me against Rick in a debate. That was super impressive.
That is true. Hey, another bad performance by Russell Wilson. A couple of picks against KC. They're 0-3. What are you doing at the quarterback position in New York?
Well, they're just kind of delaying the inevitable at this point. I don't know why. I think the thought process is they want to give Russell Wilson every chance possible to see if he can get it going, like he did, by the way, against Dallas when he played very well, and win a couple games and try that route before they go to door number 2, which is Jackson Dart, which they're going to do eventually. We all know it. And quite frankly, that's the only chance at this point the GM and head coach have of keeping their jobs, is that Jackson Dart comes in and plays really well, and they win some games, and the ownership decides we want to keep what we got going on with Jackson Dart and these rookies. Otherwise, it's getting late pretty early here for guys like Brian Daboll and Joe Shane, the head coach and GM of the Giants.
Didn't they have their guy, the Giants, Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on what he's doing in Indy, 3-0, and what's he doing there that maybe he wasn't doing with the Giants?
Well, several things. First of all, and you guys know I called that game on Sunday for CBS, Colts-Titans. Number one, he has better guys around him, right? I mean, this O-line in Indy's way better than any offensive line he had with the Giants. He had a good running back in Saquon. He's got a really good running back again with Jonathan Taylor. The receivers and tight ends are better. And let's be honest, I think the coach is doing a better job with him. I think coaching's part of this, and he certainly looks better in Indy than I feel like he ever looked in New York. And it's a combination of probably him getting better and the guys around him, but I think coaching is certainly a big part of it. And look, I thought Saquon was an example of this last year.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Giant skill guy, your whole dream at this point should be to get traded or go to another team, and so you can flourish like Saquon and Daniel Jones.
Hey, Ross, any theory, or maybe it's just one of those things, as to why we saw so many blocked field goals on Sunday?
That's a great question. I got a couple theories for you, actually. One is that they don't practice special teams at all. And in particular, there's no first stringers out there for preseason special teams. So then when you actually get into the games, those guys are doing it against live bullets for the first time. The second thing is a lot of these guys that are out there, sometimes it's younger guys, sometimes it's rookies. Like I saw a tip in the game I did, Titans-Colts, and the left guard for the Titans is a rookie and kind of got run over. He's not ready for it.
Yep.
Doesn't really know what that feels like when Grover Stewart tries to run you over. He got run over, gave up a tipped field goal. I think that's a big part of it. The question you should be asking is like, well, how is that different than other years? I think it's just they're attempting longer field goals and also less and less practice and preseason time on these things.
And one more, Ross, if you don't mind. What did you make of the Travis Kelce, Andy Reid confrontation on the sidelines on the weekend?
I guess it seemed like it worked. I mean, two things about that. One is, it's like I say to my daughters, if like the teacher or coach or whoever's being hard on them, that means they really like you and or believe in you, right? If you don't think someone has potential or whatever, and in that case, I think Andy Reid and Travis Kelce, it just speaks to the strength of their relationship, I mean, I think we all have discussions like that with people we care with the most. You don't have that as much with people you don't really care about. And also, it seemed like it worked. It gave them a spark that first drive out of halftime. That was the best the Chiefs have looked all year.
That's great parental advice, by the way. You're not just here for football, Ross, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Thanks, buddy.
Listen, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm assistant coach for volleyball. We lost last night, and I'm trying to maintain the positivity. And it's about attitude and controlling what you can control, and that's what matters to me. I don't really care if my daughters are the best or worst athletes of the world. I just want to make sure that they're doing the right things, that they have a positive attitude, that they support their teammates, and that they realize that in life, and in particular in sports, you usually get out what you put into it, right? I mean, like the time you put in, that's what I like about sports. You get what you deserve for the most part.
Yeah.
As long as they can hit over 20 miles an hour with a football. Thanks for this, Ross.
With my genes, they got no shot. None.
I hear you. Thanks, Ross. Next week.
All right, sounds good, boys. See ya.